How do you know if you have forgiven someone? First of all, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is the conscious decision to let go of hurt and resentment without the need for revenge. Forgiveness is not pretending that you have forgiven someone. It doesn't also mean that you now take them back in your life to be the same way they were before. We hurt ourselves sometimes. There are many times that we make mistakes and we get angry at ourselves. Like, you can literally be angry at yourself for something you did, and you can literally be in resentment against your own self for something you did. Letting go of that resentment, that anger, that regret, that pain, that negative feeling towards someone or yourself. It's a choice you make to give yourself peace. It's not tied to an apology. It's not tied to an appraisal. It's not tied to anything. How to know you've forgiven someone? There are 3 questions that you need to ask yourself. Number 1, what do you feel when you think about this person? What's the first thought? What's the first thought that comes to your mind whenever you think about that person? Are they thoughts of peace? Are they thoughts of anger? Whenever you see that person, do you feel triggered? Do you feel, annoyed, disrespected? Does it make your chest tight? For example, you're scrolling on the internet and you saw their post. How do you feel when you see them? Do you feel angry? It's a very major determinant to know whether you have forgiven someone or not. Every time you think about this person, like, you just want to squash them. Like, you start feeling like crying again. You just want to. You haven't forgiven. You still have that hurt. The second question that you need to ask yourself is, do I want revenge? Do you feel like you want to get even with this person? Do you wish that this person can experience what you experienced? Sometimes we see it and we be like, somebody would do this thing to you. This thing that you did to me, somebody would do it to you. Do you wish them well? Do you just think about them and just be like, it's okay, I wish her well, I wish him well, I wish them well? Do you? On the surface level, you might be like, oh, of course, God should help them, or blah blah blah. But deep down, you know that you want them to fall, you want them to fail, you want them to feel some type of way that is not good. You have not forgiven. The third question to ask yourself is, how often do you talk about it? And how do you talk about it? Do you talk about it a lot? And how do you talk about it? If you're always mentioning it over and over again, if it's always popping up in conversations whenever the topic comes up, that's the first example you're giving. You're just always looking for an opportunity to say it. Like married couples, for example, you could be like, oh, you think you've forgiven your partner for something, right? But every time you guys have an argument, they are bringing it up. You are bringing it up. You are always talking about it, always mentioning it, always using it against them. You have not forgiven. If you have truly forgiven someone, you will let go and just be open and expectant for the new. Even though, yes, you might know that might just be their natural behavior or whatsoever it is, depending on the context. But if you have forgiven someone, you will not hold it in your mind, except if there is actually a real reason why you need to talk about it. Then that's when you talk about it. How you also talk about it matters. Do you talk about it with so much pain in your heart, with so much anger? I mean, of course, there are times that you remember those things, and because of the way it hurts you, you still remember those feelings. You can remember those feelings. But if you have truly forgiven them, again and again, you will decide to forgive again. Even if you remember, you will end that conversation with, but it's okay, it's fine, I forgive them, I forgive her, I forgive myself, whatever. It will not end with pain again, crying and heartbreak again. You have not forgiven. Making jokes about it, making comments about it, you have not forgiven. And unforgiveness expresses itself in many different ways. You could see unforgiveness in hatred, envy, jealousy. You hate them so much to the extent that you don't mind killing them. When you are forgiving someone, there is this peace in your mind, like there is this calmness towards that person. I'm very sure you know that unforgiveness hinders growth. Unforgiveness makes people stagnated. Healing from the experience is a whole different thing entirely. It's possible for you to forgive someone and still not have healed from them. It depends on the situation. Sometimes you can forgive and you still love that person the same way. Sometimes you can forgive and you love from a distance, which is why we always say you can forgive someone and still limit the access that they have towards you. Let's say you know that this person has a toxic trait and they are not even sorry for what they did, they're not even like apologetic, and they don't even want to change. You can forgive them just for your own peace and your own sanity, but you make sure that there are boundaries set, that they don't have that access to hurt you anymore. And if you can decide and keep on deciding and deciding, it's just like you're building a muscle, you're building that strength. You're not suppressing those feelings, you have embraced those feelings, you have accepted that, oh, this is how I feel, right? And you have worked through it, you have accepted it, you have talked yourself through it, and you decide to just give grace to that person. Really, it will be like you are free, honestly. So, and sometimes, yeah, it's not someone else, sometimes it's you. You're pissed at yourself for the mistake you made. Every time you remember it, you beat yourself up. You're full of regrets and shame. If you don't actually forgive yourself, it will mess up with your self-esteem. It will mess with your self-esteem. Yes, you can actually be unforgiving to your own self. When you think about maybe the mistakes you made and you're just so irritated and angry with yourself, and every time you think about it, you're still angry. Come on, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace so that you can also give other people grace. Yeah, so those are the 3 points. I mean, as Christians, this is a no-brainer. We are not supposed to be unforgiving. The Bible says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. I mean, if you want God to forgive you, if you expect God's forgiveness, then no matter how hard it is, you should actually forgive. This doesn't even sound like a Christian behavior, that you're wishing bad on someone, or that whenever you think of someone you just hate them so much, or you just feel there's so much pain. That's not how God ordained it to be. Let it go. Alright, so you've got this information for free. The only thing I ask that you do for me is that you tap the like button, subscribe to this channel, and drop a comment. I'll be waiting for you. If you have any questions or any suggestions or any story you would like to share, please feel free. The comment section is wide open for you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.